Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing of Masque.
Yep.
So we've got Death Watch even.
Which some of them may be Death Guard, who knows?
Who knows? And Harlequins.
Harlequins. And...
Douchebag.
Douchebag is the best farseer ever. It's Eldrad Ulthran.
Oh right.
Ulthran.
Ulthran.
Ulthran doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, right. Here he is. It's been out for a couple of weeks. We've had a chance to pick it up.
Yep.
I did say we'd be getting it today. Along with everything else we got. There we go.
Oh, we've left price on.
Claire. Nothing matters.
No.
There's the back of it. Let's see what's inside.
Exciting stuff.
Very exciting stuff. There we go. Lots of sprues.
Wow.
Many sprues.
Many sprues, yeah.
Okay.
Excellent.
So we have which one's that? It's one of the Harlequins. I don't remember which one that is. So we've got Harlequins.
That's a Harlequin as well.
More Harlequins. More Harlequins. It's that one.
It's like Eldrad.
Oh, that's Eldrad.
Yeah.
That's Eldrad Ulthran. That's his Sprue.
Is that the other part of him?
Ah, there's the other part. I thought
Possible.
there was a staff missing. There's the other part of his Sprue.
That looks like the captain-y guy.
Captain Artemis. I do have the original model of Captain Artemis upstairs somewhere.
Do you?
I will have to dig him out one day. But it's the full Inquisitor size model.
That's the Death Jester, is it?
That's the Death Jester. That's the canopy for the
You've got shoulder pads.
Death Watch shoulder pads. Got plenty of bases, but we're going to be using the Imperial Sector ones for the Space Marines anyway. Some more of the troop, the Order troop. More of those. But we're not going to put together the Eldar stuff apart from Eldrad because we've already done videos on all the Harlequin stuff. There's two of the bikes. So if you want to see us unbox them, we've done the videos already ages ago when they first came out. That's the... Is it Starweaver?
Something like that, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know which way this is going to be built. So that's Space Marine and Vanguard Veterans. So we've got some on there. And then we've got
another set of Space Marine goodness.
Yep, that's the Death Watch Sprue for the new veterans.
Ah.
That's the important
Cool.
one with all the cool stuff on. There it is. Underneath that we have the Dreadnought. There it is.
You have your Death Masque.
Death Masque.
And the rule books. We've got some else in here.
Got some instructions on that bit. And then we have the bases there. And transfers for the Harlequins.
Got a little rule book.
Cool. Always have to get a little rule book.
The Death Masque.
The Death Masque book, which we'll have a look at the end.
And that's your
And the instructions, which we'll be seeing first as we go through. So, where to begin first? So we're not doing the Elder apart from Eldrad Ulthran. So might do him at the end. But so we'll do the Death Watch first. And we'll start with these new guys, I think. The veterans. So we'll move everything out of the way and we'll be back in a second. Okay, so we've got the Vanguard Veterans here. Just while we were off camera then, just also look at the Death Masque book. This one here. It has the formations. I know I said we'd have a look at the end. We'll have a proper look at the end. But it's in the formations, which are all at the back. Like there's the Harlequins. And those are the squads here. These all have specific weapons, just like Stormclaw did. So we're going to build them this way, because I'm going to get some more anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll probably just filter these guys into different squads, and maybe they might remain as these squads, who knows. But we'll build them as these guys, so we can use the actual formations if we want to use them in games, or we can actually just use them to play through the campaign.
Yeah.
So here's the Sprue. There's loads of parts on it. We've got 5 sets of legs, we've got 5 backpacks and 5 bodies. We also have this separate one here with the cloak on. which in a lot of the pictures is used for the black shield. So for the ones we want, we've got a normal sergeant, we've got 4 guys. There's no black shield in this squad. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut off all the legs and cut off all the body parts. So there's only 5 of each, not including that one, and all the backpacks. And I'm going to stick those bits together because it's just like a normal Space Marine, so I don't really need to show you. It's front and back, legs, done. So we're going to do that, and then we'll come back once they're on the bases, ready to put the weapon options from the book on, so I can show you which weapon options you need if you want to play Deathmatch. Okay, so stop to this point, because we want to make them the same as the ones in the book. We're going to give them the same bodies and everything. So, in the same order as the picture in the book, we have the legs with the little eye symbol chiseled out. We have legs with a little eye symbol on the shin. We have legs with a skull symbol on the shin. We have legs with another eye symbol on this side. And then the last one, we have a little skull symbol on the kneecap. The bodies, we have the skull and crossbones. We have the skull with the eye carved out. We have the eye symbol
with a dot
in the middle. We have the eye symbol sans dot, and then we have the little vent one. You also notice they're all wearing Mark 8 armour, aren't they? That's really cool. It's really cool. I think that was there in the book when I was reading it. All the Death Watch have Mark 8 armour, if they choose to.
Cool.
Another thing about this, there's 2 little grooves down the front, which you probably saw. That's where these little packs, I'll show you one there, go on. So we're just going to match these up as they are in the pictures. I think they're pretty universal, to be honest. You can build them how you want. We're just going to do it like they are in the pictures though. So the first one's got 3 bolter shells. And that goes on which side?
They're pointing outwards on his right hand side.
Yep.
Yeah.
And on the other one?
The other one, it's a pocket at the top and then 2 more shells and they're pointing outwards as well.
Yeah.
Towards his left hand side.
So I'm just going to stick them on and show you what I mean. And back in one second. So then that's when it looks like when it's done. And just when I was putting them on, I realised they do only go left or right, but there's loads on the sprue, so it doesn't matter which ones you put on the body, just one will be left, one will be right. Okay, so that's him done. So we're just going to do the other ones as well, match them up to the picture in the book, and then put those bodies and these backpacks on. And then I'll be back to match up. We've identified the weapons used by each individual. So these 2 have power swords, by the looks of it, and the pattern heavy bolters that the Death Watch use. I've drilled holes in the end because they don't come with holes in. So those 2 are armed the same. This guy on the end, which is the Imperial Fist dude, doesn't have a purity seal on, if you're wondering. We're going with the one with the purity seal just to make it different for the next guy in. These are in order on the picture, which you'll see later. Middle guy is the Sergeant. He comes with a combi melter and the Xeno blade, which are those parts there. And then we have the Stalker pattern bolter, which is there. And he just has a grenade in his other hand. And the guy at the end has the Infernus pattern heavy bolter. So now I'm going to stick all these parts onto the respective models, and then when we come back we'll match up the heads and the chapters. Okay, so the weapons are on, and now we're up to the part where we're picking the chapters, so, and the heads obviously. So the guy at the end, we've got a little Inquisition symbol on his head. He's an Imperial Fist, we can tell that quite easily. The next guy in has a bionic eye, looks like this head, and this is a bit of a controversial choice maybe. We've chosen Iron Hand. It's a black shoulder pad with silver on, so it could be a silver skull. There's a couple of other chapters it could have been, but we think it's an Iron Hand. Just one of the pictures looks like you can see the fingers just on the edge of it. So we're going with Iron Hand. Squad Krull, so obviously Krull in the middle. He is a Flesh Terror. You can see that quite prominently on his heraldry. And he's got the one that looks like a Blood Angel's head, because he is what second founder of a Blood Angel. Next up we have sort of a crew cut. He's got quite a pale face, which was the first giveaway, and in fact he's got a black shoulder pad. He's a Raven Guard, so we've gone with the Raven Guard symbol on there. Finally, we've gone with this helmet. Has it got a little skull on it? Looks like.
Yes, it has.
Yep, that's one with the skull on. And because it's got the green rim around, you can see it's a salamander.
Yeah, you can see the snout of the salamander as well on some of the pickies.
So these are as close to the models as I can get them and still make them look cool and stuff. So I'm going to stick these together, then Squad Crawl finished. Very cool models. I'm loving these bases, these Sector Imperialis bases that I've got for them.
Yeah.
I love the weapons options we've got on this sprue. I need to get some more to use all the different weapons options. It's probably a good idea I did some with the bulk ones, because I'm just going to go crazy when I get my own choices. I'll be putting all this cool stuff on that doesn't work together. Of course I've got normal bulk guns, I've got all the special ammunitions and everything that the Death Watch have. So that's cool, so that's the first squad. So now we'll move on to squad, what's the...
Galateo.
Galateo?
Galateo. Yeah.
This is the Vanguard Veterans, Death Watch ones. I think they're led by a Blood Angel, aren't they?
It looks like it, yeah. And I think I saw a Space Wolf in there, a Black Templar, and a Ultramarine.
Alright.
And I can't work out what the other one is just yet. I think it might be a Dark Angel.
Alright,
but
cool.
I'll let you know.
Right, we'll have a look at that. So let's get the sprues out and have a look at them. Okay, so here is the Vanguard Sprue. This is the standard sort of Vanguard Sprue for Space Marines, so it's not a new sprue. We do have these as well, which is the new Death Watch sprue, which has the shoulder pads on for the Death Watch. I
was wondering where those were. I was just looking, going, oh no!
Yeah, so you actually get 10 shoulder pads on this for power armour. There's only 2 shoulder pads for Terminator armour, so I presume the new Terminator box you get 3 of these. I would have thought. You also get a cool looking head on there.
Oh, cool.
That's awesome. Need to use that on a model. And another head which is like bionic type one. Cool. Like a tech green type one. And then you get the Imperial Eye symbols for going on the Dreadnought, which will be later. So let's put together the Vanguard as they are in the book. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to cut off
bodies.
All the bodies, all the legs, and all the backpacks are the same anyway. So we'll get all the jetpacks off and put them together. And we're back. Okay, so here's the 5 guys. We have these are in order and they are on the picture. So we'll go through that again at the end when we go through the book. But it's this body, these legs, with this backpack, that body, those legs, with that backpack, that body, those legs, with that backpack, that body, those legs, with that one. The big Aquila backpack goes with that one. So now I'll put the weapons on. So the guy at the end has a big shield, doesn't he?
He does, and a mace.
Awesomely cool shields. So here's that. And here's a mace. Next guy in, what's he got?
Oh, I've lost his arm. I don't know where his arm's gone.
Yeah, so you got that. So he's got a great hammer, a 2-handed hammer thing going on there. The sergeant.
He's got those. I think those are the right arms and
It's about right. As long as it's the right weapons.
It's the right weapons, it's just the arms I'm not 100%
that doesn't really
sure
matter. They don't have to be in the same position just as long as they're the same weapons. So that's his weapons.
That's the next guy, but another big hammer.
So that's the other big hammer, which is cool, I like hammers. There we go. And the last guy.
Gets a sword and a little piddly shield.
Boring.
But he does have a big posh backpack though, with full of Aquila on the back.
He does, but I would have had him with that shield. I'd have had shields and hammers, that sounds cool. That's cool, I like that. So now we just need to identify which chapters they belong to. Right. So do we know?
I know the one at the end is Space Wolf, because he's got Russ on his shield.
So he's the wolf. He's the Dark Angel.
Yeah, he's the Dark Angel, I think.
Sergeant's the Blood Angel.
Yeah, the guy with the hammer I think might be an Ultramarine.
Ultramarine.
And I think the other guy might be, is it a Black Templar?
Black Templar.
I will check on that though.
So we'll get those shoulder pads off. get the Deathwatch shoulder pads off this one, and then when we come back, all we have to do is allocate the heads. Right, so we'll be back in a minute once we put the arms, backpacks, shoulder pads on. So we've got most of the bodies together, it's just identifying the heads. So the Dark Angel on the end, he gets the new Spartan-esque Inquisition helmet. This guy, the Ultramarine, he gets this head here with the antennae on. The Blood Angel in the middle, he gets this spiky Blood Angel type helmet. The Black Templar, he gets this the other Inquisition one, from the Inquisition sprue, the Deathwatch sprue. And then the Space Wolf gets the beaky helmet, that one there. So we'll stick them on and then they'll be finished. That's simple. So there's the squad finished. They're looking pretty cool, as Vanguard Veterans do. With all the Deathwatch stuff on them as well. Looks pretty awesome. I would probably build a squad similar to this anyway. I'd probably had him have a shield like that guy and a mace. And maybe the sword would have been equipped a little bit different, but I definitely had the hammers and the shields. Just because it's fun having hammers and shields. I like hammers and shields. Cool. Right, so I'm quite happy with that. So now we'll move on to the captain, Artemis. So we'll have a look at his sprue. So here's his sprue, a bit closer. He's all on one sprue. Much like a character really. Should be pretty easy to put together, I think. We've got the main body there, then we've got the cloak there, the other leg, his weapon, sword, backpack. Got the Inquisition symbol there, and the what are they called? What's the different? Is it mortifers? Mortificators or something like that?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, death people. People who like death. That's the chapter symbol. Can't remember what they were called then. There we go, so that's him. So we will cut all the parts off and we'll put him together. Here are the parts for Artemis off the sprue. So we have the body there, the front of the body goes on there, and the back of the body goes there. So we will start by putting those three together and then we'll add on the other leg because he's in a running position. Okay, so there is the main body together. We'll stick it on a base, which looks pretty cool. Next up we have the arm with the flamer, combi flamer on there, which connects up to the backpack, so we'll have to put those two on together. Then we've got the other arm which has the sword on, and then the actual shoulder pads. So we'll stick we'll stick the shoulder pads and the weapons on, and then we'll be back when he's finished. We have the finished captain. I'm drying a bit. So we have these two connectors. One connects underneath the arm, one connects to this fuel pipe on the backpack. And there we go. He is an awesome looking one.
Very funky.
Yep, I like him. Cool. Right. So the last of the Deathwatch is the Dreadnought. So it's a standard Venerable Dreadnought sprue, which we've seen before probably. I don't think we've ever done a building of a Dreadnought, have we?
No, I don't think we have. I don't recall.
Did we do the one from Stormclaw?
Might have done.
It was a Blood Angels Dreadnought. Very similar. So we'll briefly just run through this then. Put it together as it is in the book. Cool. Alright. So what's first?
The body is first.
The body. So we've got the constructions.
Oh, you've just killed one of the end guys.
There we go. That's what happened. War in it. War's hell. Right, so part 4, 3, 1, 5 and 2 makes the sarcophagus. And then we have parts 11, 10, 6 and 7, which make up the legs, with optional extras on the legs there. And Nilus actually has the sort of arch gothic style ones. So we're going to be using those ones on there, which is parts 20 and 21. So we'll get all those bits together, which should lead to the body and the legs of the Dreadnought being done. So those are the legs done, and the sarcophagi done as well. So next we're going to move on to building the arms. So it's part 70 for Nilus, which is that one there. And you don't put part 79 on. It's part 73 for the back of that. And then he's actually armed with the plasma cannon. So we're going to be wanting part 82, which could also double up as the last cannon. So if you don't glue these bits in, you can actually just pull them in and out. You don't need to magnetise them or anything. I've got one of the others, I think the Grey Knight Dreadnought I've just left them out so you can just move them around. The only difference is obviously that's for the assault cannon, that's for the other two. So the plasma gun's made up of 66 and 67. If you want to build the last cannon as well, it's 63 and 64. That's it. So then these will add on to this bit. Is this armament, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, where does that go then? Part 82. Because that goes onto there, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But there's no slot to put the actual ammo casing on. Is it on the actual picture?
Have a look.
Let's have a look. Right, there's a picture of the Dreadnought. You can see it doesn't actually have any of the options on for the weapon on the side. It's just the arm as it is. So technically you could just keep all three options and just switch it around, so you don't need part 82 at all. Right, that's only if you use the other version of one of the arms. Which is fine, so we'll just build that one. So it's this arm with that bit on, and then build all three weapon options.
Right.
So we've done the arm, we've put all the weapons together, and they literally, if you've never seen one of these before, they just slot in. And then that just adds onto your Dreadnought, and it stays in place. You don't need to magnetise these at all. There you go. All three weapon options in this one. It's quite useful. So next up is the other arm.
Yeah. Which
consists. He's got what kind of fist has he got?
He's got that one.
The power fist.
Yeah.
The one looks like that. So a standard Dreadnought power fist. Then that's part 60. And then we've got the arm, which is part 61 and 62.
Yeah, I was trying to dry fit and it actually just clipped together.
Alright, this is not coming out. What have you done? Right. Okay, I'll just put some glue on to reinforce that. And then he comes with a storm bolter, which is there.
And he has that over the top of it.
And that's the covering.
Yeah.
Which is part...
It's not on there, I don't think.
It's part not on there. Part 100,052. So we'll put that together, which gives him his other arm. And
part 76 on the spring.
Part 76. It's not on the instructions. No. And then we'll come back to finish off. So next up is the engine, which is parts 9 and 8. We also have this light fitting, which goes on there. And we're also going to stick all these parts together. Well, we're not going to stick the arms on, we're going to leave them separate so they can move. But that's it. So that should get us to this stage. So we're back just to do some finishing off. Had to retrieve the head off one of the other models because it was the wrong one that we put on the... Was it the Black Templar?
Black Templar, yeah.
They're very similar heads, but we're going to keep them the same. So this one's got like a little sight drawn onto it. And this is the one that's actually going to go on the Dreadnought. So we're going to put that on. Then this part 39 goes over the top of that. And then we have the little sword through the Tyranid head, which goes on one side. We have a blank plate for the other side because the Inquisition symbol is going to go on that. And we have a little iron halo-S type thing which is going to go on top. So we're going to put all those on, and then you said there were some purity seals as well, did you?
Yeah, I've got 3 purity seals. It looks like he's got 3 purity seals on him. One on the silver arm on the flap.
Yeah.
One on the front, just underneath the Inquisition sign, and one on his leg, on his left leg.
Alright, so we'll finish them off, and when we come back, we'll put them on a base as well. When we come back, should be finished. Here is Nilus finished.
Cool. Right,
that's good. So purity seal on the front, on the arm, and on the leg. Done. So it matches pretty much exactly what's in the book. So he's all ready now to ruin the plans of Eldrad Ulthran. Hopefully even. Hopefully keep doing that. Speaking of Eldrad Ulthran, he's next. So let's have a look at that sprue. So 2 sprues. Good old Eldrad. So there's 2 options with this basically when we look at the instructions. You can build him with his sword pointed out, which is very much like the old metal model, which I've got upstairs. Or you can have him with his hand outstretched and the sword sheathed on his back, which is the one that's actually printed in the book. So we're going to go with that one, just because it's different from the metal model then, and quite like the look of it. So let's start with the instructions. Here he is, page 1. So we need parts 2 and 3 and 4 to make up like the lower body and cloak. Then part 1 gets added onto the front to make this bit here. So let's get those bits off and we shall get started. Part 3 and part 2 go together. Seem to be fit like that. And part 4, which is this bit, goes on the front, and part 1 is this delicate bit which you use a knife to cut off because all these bits are attached relatively delicately. So we'll fit those parts together and hopefully then we're at this stage. There's the first part, which fits together really well actually. There's slots for everything to fit into, and then there's even a slot in his shoulders to fit the part of the cloak onto. So it went together really easily. Part 5 is next, which I believe is this bit, which is the back part, which will go on there. And then we have part 6, which is part of his cloak, which will go on there. It should bring us all the way through to here, shouldn't it not? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're there now. So we'll put those 2 parts on, and then we're at this stage choosing whether we have the sword out or the sword in its sheath. So there we go, that went together really easily. And there's no sort of join marks as well. It's really well designed so far. So part 10 is the sheath sword there, and part 9 we're having the open hand. Just for reference, there is the sword. It's obviously a lot thinner than the metal version where he's holding it out, so it still would be a very nice model to make, even if you've got the original. But we're going to go with the other version. So those bits need to be added on, and then we're on to this bit with the staff. The staff, very much the same as the original staff, just obviously a bit more better detail from the plastic and the metal, much thinner as well. Then we've got the parts on the base, which is part 12 and part 13, which are just scenic base parts there, which will go on. And then finally, his head. So we've got the cool Farseer style head to go on as well. So we'll put all these bits on when we come back, should be finished. So we'll see you. There he is, finished. Very cool model. There's a lot of sort of a dynamic pose he's got with the cloak coming back and he's put his hand forward.
It looks like he's applying for Eldar have talent.
Yeah, it could be singing, could be using the force. That's what I was going to go for, force using, but yeah, it could be Eldar idol. Fine. There we go. Very cool model. Really like that one actually. Awesome. So that's all the models that we're putting together from the Death Masque set. So I'll finish off by having a quick look at the Death Masque book and what it's about, and so we'll get that in a second. So see you in a moment. This is Death Masque. So this is like a mini campaign, whole thing, much like Stormclaw and the others that have come previously. We have some background information. Basically, the Eldar have attacked Port Dimensius, if that's how you say it, as a distraction to what Eldrad's doing, which is a big ritual. What he wants to do is bring back the Elder God of the Dead to try and win the fight against Slanesh. So we get some background on the characters. Then we get some background on the Masque of the Midnight Sorrow, and some little bits, almost like stuff from the codexes, which is quite cool. We have a timeline of the events leading up to what's going on. So the discovery of this planet, this moon, which is made of the same stuff that the Elder are made of when they die and go into the, well, the Fartiers anyway, when they join with the crystal matrixes in the middle of the craft worlds. There's an entire moon made of this stuff, this dust, and basically that's what he needs for the ritual. I'll not go into it and spoil it too much, but that's basically the premise, and he needs to go and get it. So the invasion of the port is actually a distraction. But the Death Watch have figured this out, and that's why they're intercepting it. So, just the victory nations, we have the campaign, and we have the Echoes of War, Path Divides, Path Discorned, Death in the Mists, To the Death, and a Shattering Blow. So that's the conclusion of the campaign, which is quite interesting. But I'll not spoil it. If you guys want to see us play the campaign, put it in the comments. Most of the miniatures are painted, which might be in a month or two-ish, because I've got some Age of Sigmar stuff to paint, a few other things. But I do want to paint these guys and get them done. If you want to see us play the campaign once these guys are painted, please put it in the comments. So the Forces of the Death Watch. So we have Captain Artemis, he's 145 points. And those are his rules. Move the camera a little bit so you can see them. Right, for the Vigilant, he's got a Stasis Bomb, which is cool. Comes to Feel No Pain. Vigilance Incarnate. Then we have Squad Crow, who we were talking about before. So that's what they look like, that's how I've built the models. They're in slightly different positions, some of them, but they've got those weapons, those heads, those bodies. That's what I kept talking about. They are 205 points. And those are the rules for Squad Crow, pretty much a standard Death Watch squad, but specifically armed with these things. So Crow's got a Combi Melter and a Xenophase Blade, 2 veterans of bolt guns and power swords, 1 veteran's a Stalker Pattern bolt gun and close combat weapon, 1 veteran has an Infernus Heavy Bolter with Hellfire shells, and a close combat weapon, and all models of frag grenades, and special issue ammunition. Squad, who I can never say the name, Galliatel, 245 points. And again, that's what we're on about. That's how we've built those models. So the Dark Angel on the end, all the way through Blood Angel, Bot Templar, and there we go. That's the Space Wolf at the end of it. Okay, so those are the rules for this squad. So Brother Galliatel has a Plasma Pistol and a Power Sword. 2 Vanguard Veterans have Heavy Thunder Hammers. 1 Vanguard Veteran has a Power Sword and a Storm Shield. 1 Vanguard Veteran has a Power Maul and a Storm Shield. And all models have frag grenades and crack grenades. Heroic Intervention, Deep Strike, all the stuff that troops already have. Then we have Venerable Dreadnought, Nilus, 135 points. His rules, he gets the Thrice Blessed Hull. Revered Ancient, Nilus has a 6+ invulnerable save, which increased to 5 against damage sustained from enemy Witchfire powers. And obviously the Venerable, if he suffers a penetrating hit, you can make your opponent re-roll the result on the vehicle damage table, but you must accept the second result. Under the Plasma Cannon Power Fist with Storm Bolter. Smoke launchers, even though they're not on the model. Just to note, there's no smoke launchers there. And this little halo thing it's got on there doesn't actually look right when you put the smoke launchers on, so I'm going to leave them off, but these are got them in the rules. And then we have Force Artemis, which is the Force Organisation chart. So that's all the things we've just seen. And we get these special rules, which is Aquila Doctrine. All this formation can re-roll to any 2 wound rolls for penetration rolls over 1. Fighters 1 to the last breath. All infantry from this SWAT. This have Feel No Pain, basically 6+. Well, in 6 inches of Captain Artemis. In addition, Watch Sergeant Crow's Hatred special rule and Brother Gallia's Price Decision strikes apply to other units from the Watch Force, but they're in 6 inches. So if you keep them together, they all get the special rules. Kill team. You can choose to deploy Squad Crow and Squad Gatel as a single kill team. This counts as a single unit for all purposes in the game. Kill team cannot split up during the battle, even the model within it has an independent character special rule. Okay, so then we have the war gear, which which is just this nice little summary, so you don't need the actual codexes to play the game. Well, with these models anyway. Then we have the Forces of the Eldar. It also tells you how you can use them in the... because you can use all the Death Watch ones we've just seen as things in the codex as well. So just like a normal kill team really. Quite happy to use them with points cost indicated. Same with the Elder stuff. So we had Eldrad Ulthran, 195 points. So there's his special rules, I'll show you them. Then we have Death's Companions, 135 points. So you're going to build specific Harlequins as well. So Dusk has a Shuriken pistol and a close combat weapon. One player has a Shuriken pistol and close combat weapon. Two players have Shuriken pistols and Harlequin's Kisses. One player has a Neurodisruptor and a Harlequin's Caress. One player has a Shuriken pistol and a Harlequin's Caress. All models have biosuits, plasma grenades, and flip belts. They get the Red Dusk Falls. Models from Death's Companion can run and charge in the same turn. Then we have Company of the Threefold Stranger, 155 points. So Lambient Prince has Shuriken Pistol and Power Sword and Hairwire Grenades. Two players have Shuriken Pistols and close combat weapons. One player has a Shuriken Pistol and a Harlequin's Kiss. One player has Kiss. One player has a Neurodisruptor and a close combat weapon. One player has a Neurodisruptor and Harlequin's Kiss, and all models of Hull Suits, Plasma Grenades, and a Flip Belt. The Red Moon Rises. Models from the Company of the Threefold Stranger can run and shoot in the same turn. We have Inriam's Spectre, 70 points, it's a Death Jester. Comes with Death is not enough. Those are the rules that. The Blades of Fate, 125 points. Basically they can reroll failed jinx, saves from models from this unit, Fortune's Fate. And the Serpent's Breath is there for 90 points. There we go, there's rules there, half weapon, so that's pretty much, I think that's just the same. And the Coherian Host. That's Flammation, there we go, with everything that's in the book. It's Ethereal Phantasms. Each time a model from this Coherian Host suffers an unsaved wound, roll dice. On the roll of a 6, the model was merely an after image of the real target, and the wound is ignored. Cool. Power of 1,000,000,000 souls. Such as the Tremors power being wielded by the heart of High Farseer, that he can siphon off a fraction of the incalculable energies towards his own survival, and he has Eternal Warrior, basically. Again, we have an armoury just of war gear and stuff that you'll be using in this game. And the Runes of Fate are all there. And some summary. There we go. So that is basically the campaign. As I say, if you want to see us play the campaign, the Death Masque campaign, let us know in the comments, because I do want to get these models painted as soon as possible, as I've said, and then we can go ahead and actually play the game. Okay, so we'll just have one final look at all the models together that we've put together, and so we can look at the Death Watch as a whole. Okay, so here's all the models from the set that we've put together. Apart from the other Harlequins, so there's a lot more models actually in the box, but we haven't got around to putting them together yet. If you want to see us play this, put it in the comments, as I keep saying, then you'll see all the models together. Hopefully they'll all be painted by then as well, because we don't normally play on camera unless everything's painted, unless we're in a real hurry to actually show something.
Yeah.
So please put that in the comments, and anything else you want to put in the comments as well. Just keep it clean, helpful, and
constructive criticism.
Constructive criticism, yeah. So thanks for watching. Yeah. What do you think of the?
I really like them actually. I certainly like Eldrad Ulthran.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's pretty cool. I like the model. I've seen the metal model
Yeah,
to see him in plastic, I think it's quite cool. I like the way you've done him.
There is a lot more detail in the plastic one than there is in the metal one.
Yeah.
He does
Death
look
Guard
very
are
cool.
awesome. Death Guard, Death Watch even.
Death Guard are awesome. I'll agree with that. But these are Death Watch.
Everyone's going to kill me now.
And these are awesome as well.
Yeah, no, the Death Watch models are really, really cool.
Yeah.
Really like them.
I do want to get some more of these squads to make them how I want to make them. I'm probably just going to go nuts and put cool stuff on, just like Games Workshop do. I'm really bad at putting things that really work on. I just want, that looks cool, put it together. I do want some with shotguns though, because I think the shotguns look amazing.
Other than the fact with all the stuff that we've got left,
Yeah.
I think you could make another squad.
We've even considered making an entire squad of these guys.
Yeah.
I just think, heavy flamer and a bolt gun, and it's assault. Okay.
I like the guy with
Let's
the
go.
big shield. I think he looks awesome.
Yes, the huge
That guy.
Inquisition shields are amazing.
Yeah.
It is just a storm shield though. It's no different from that one
But
in game terms.
I think it just looks awesome.
But it just looks cool. End of.
And the writing
See you
on
later.
them's really, really clear as well. I think they're
Yeah.
really up in the ante with the, you know.
Gotta say, I've noticed
rules and
that. It
stuff.
does. I mean, the Grey Knights and stuff, they're writing like that one. I don't know.
I don't
this
recall them being
looks.
that clear.
I mean, you can read it and everything, but this looks really sort of deep, sort of like detail on the. Looks very cool anyway. So that's it for this one. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Please like and subscribe because it helps out loads, and we know you want us to keep doing these videos. Cool. So take care, guys.
We'll see you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.